Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? My name's Andrew.
I'm Grandpa.
I'm Mimi. I'm Aunt Becky. I'm Lauren.
I'm Joel.
I'm Megan.
I'm Matt. And we're some of the Veggie boys.
And girls.
And we'd like to thank you for stopping by. If you're new here, please consider subscribing because we can grow a lot of things on the farm, but one thing we can't grow is this channel without your help. And while you're here, don't forget to like the video. Welcome back, everyone. It's so nice to see you. We are prepping for a busy day here on the farm because it's supposed to be the last warm day, and then we have a string of cold days coming up. I think the highest temperature they're projecting over the next 10 days is 55 degrees, which is pretty cold compared to what we had been dealing with. Before we hop into our chores this morning, I wanted to show you that we brought a few more things up in front of the farm market. Starting off on the right side over here, we brought up a lot of flowers, mostly pansies. Even though it's going to be a little on the colder side, these pansies don't mind that. They can handle the colder temperatures, and early spring is when pansies are very popular. Not only do we have pansies here though, we also have some violas. And then rounding off the flowers that we had brought up, we have some dianthus. And then something I think everybody will be excited about, even though it's gonna be a little colder, we do have some vegetables that can handle the colder temperatures. Now I did see some areas around here where the lows are gonna be dropping below 35, which is pretty cold for any type of plant. Some of the stuff we have up here that can handle a little bit of a colder weather would be our cole crops. So we have our cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, kale, and kohlrabi. And then we also have a few different varieties of lettuce that people can pick up. And then some stuff we've had up here like the herbs. We just have more of a selection now. Now for us, it's a little too early to plant this stuff out in the field, but a lot of the customers like to pick it up. So we have our first planting of lettuce and our first planting of cole crops that needed to be brought up in front of the farm market. This isn't gonna be the last of the plants. We have plenty more coming, but I just wanted to show you how much stuff we have up in the farm market now. And now that we're down at the farm market, we're gonna get started with chores, and first things first, we're gonna get this farm market cleaned and set up. Matthew and I just got finished setting up the farm market, and I was looking out the window and I saw that Dad is now back from the wholesaler, so we're gonna work on getting his truck unloaded. That handle brake on this? Are you kidding me? Dad and I have now got everything pulled off the truck, and we just spent the last few minutes filling up the farm market. When we start harvesting our own stuff, the shipments from the wholesaler get less and less. But for this part of the year where we're getting busier and we aren't picking our own stuff, well, the orders are pretty large.
I'm just kidding.
We're moving on to our next job for the day. That'll be getting the animals taken care of. In the greenhouses this morning, we're really just focused on watering. The other day we had some trouble where we didn't get watering soon enough, and it really bit us in the butt later on. So we're trying to run a lot of our automatic watering lines as we get all these animals taken care of. I just got finished feeding chickens and I went to collect eggs, and then I realized all the egg baskets are full. So I'm gonna grate eggs, then get these eggs collected. And that should about wrap up the animals. We just got our eggs collected. Taking care of the animals goes fairly quickly when everybody is there. Dad got the calves taken care of, and then Daniel got the rest of the cattle taken care of while I took care of the chickens. Now Daniel had to leave and help Joel with something because I believe Joel is spreading manure today, so he was helping him get hooked up to the spreader. I had to grab the sunglasses. It's pretty bright out today. Joel and Daniel have the 110 hooked up to the manure spreader. Now, usually we'd use the 130 to load it, but Joel's tractor now is large enough to do it himself. So Joel's just gonna be handling the manure. Now, the next job we're gonna be working on actually brings us into greenhouse number 4. We've been doing our best to document how everything has been growing. These tomatoes, for example, look beautiful. However, we're running into a little bit of an issue. As you can see, the tomatoes in the packs are starting to get really, really tall, and they're even falling over. And something of even more concern is that the tomatoes are starting to get root bound. As you can see, the roots are trying to push out the bottom of the tray. So we're gonna be taking a few of these trays and actually transplant some of these tomatoes into larger 6-inch pots. Now, we talked about getting this done yesterday, but we did not have enough time. Yesterday we did get 200 6-inch pots filled though. So these are the pots that we're gonna be transplanting into. And the goal here is to help our plants from drying out and give them a little more root space. Look at that, perfect. I'll give you guys a little example of how we do it. We have our plants right here. Now these tomatoes are red deuce tomatoes. Now today we're gonna look at the tomato plant. If you get up close, you'll notice that there's little hairs that run the entire length of the main stem of the tomato. Now what's interesting about these little hairs is anywhere they are touching soil, they will start to grow roots there. So what we're gonna do is push our tomato plant down as far as we can inside our pot. We're gonna get our tomato plant centered. We're gonna grab a little stake, push it down through the roots so that it's held nice and tight. And then we have a little clip here, and boom, there we go. And that is a transplanted tomato. So this is where I'm gonna be for quite a while then. I'm just gonna work on transplanting these tomatoes. We have a few varieties here. I saw some early girl, big boy, and I'm working on red deuce. I think there's one more variety, which I'm not 100% sure about. But we're just gonna continue working on getting these tomatoes transplanted. And this will be a lot better for the tomatoes. And we do get a lot of customers that prefer larger tomatoes. They like stuff that has got a head start. So these will sell really, really fast once it warms up a little bit more, because we do have a cold snap coming. But once the cold snap is gone, these tomatoes will fly out of here. Yeah, they are beautiful.
Do you want to use the pizza oven tonight?
Oh, the pizza oven. I think we should try it.
That's what I was thinking. Well, I think tonight's the weather's supposed to be good. Maybe we could have a campfire and
Make some pizza?
Make some pizza.
Woo! Matthew is now with me. We're working on the early girl variety, and we're also working on red deuce. Now, early girl is very popular. It's been a very popular variety for a long time just because it's an early tomato. And then red deuce is something that's gotten more popular as of recent. And when I say recent, in the past 10 years, red deuce has gotten more popular. But it is a really nice slicing tomato. I don't know necessarily where that one of these. So I just When we were little, we used to get in trouble while we would do this job because we would take these sticks and we'd get a rubber band and we'd turn them into little bow and arrows and we'd shoot them into the dirt bags all the time. And we'd poke holes in everything and we'd get in trouble. But we don't do that anymore. We stopped like 3 years ago. We used to do it when we were kids. They're just some good memories. There's a lot of good memories from doing this work together. We've been doing this for so long that you just can't help but think about all the good memories. So this is probably the only downside to it getting warm in the greenhouse, is it really starts to push out a lot of these plants. And as you guys have seen, they're so root bound that if they stayed in here for much longer, it wouldn't end well for them. They'd actually be stunted with their growth. But as we've mentioned, by transplanting these, it's going to help out a lot. And it's going to give the customers that like purchasing the larger tomatoes an opportunity to do so. because a lot of people do pick up the packs, but I think more people, when they see a large tomato plant while they're out shopping, they're like, oh yeah, that's the tomato plant I need. So if we have plenty of these large tomatoes around, we'll have a little bit of everything for everybody.
What?
Hey, cows.
What? No!
The calves are at the point where we're trying to wean them off of the milk, and they are not taking too kindly to it today. They even got milk this morning, and they still have been yelling. We have a few of the early girls sat over there, and then here is the Red Deuce. And then our last two varieties we have to go through is Beefsteak and Big Boy. I don't think I could give you a better example of why some of these plants need to be transplanted. These Beefsteak tomatoes, they won't even stand. Look at that, they just keep falling over on me. Now you will see as we are transplanting these tomatoes, we are adding a stake in there. And these were the tomatoes that I just pulled out of the pack that was like falling over. So it's pretty obvious to see that these need a stake. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the stake and put it right down into the root base, like that, to help hold them up straight. Then get our clip here near the top, and there we go. That'll hold the tomato on there. Adding the stake is good for the structural integrity of the plant, but it also allows us to sell the plant a lot easier. And nobody wants to buy plants that are falling over and don't look nice. So if we can keep the plants looking really nice, well then it'll be a lot easier for them to sell as well. And a lot of you may be like us, you know, oh, it's falling over tomato plants, that's no big deal. All we need is a stake to fix that. But not everybody knows that. And not everybody is willing to buy plants that have fallen over literally because they don't look nice. But if we add the stake here, you can see already without even the clip, they look a lot better. How has spreading the horse manure been going?
So far, so good. Right now, the tractor's running a little hot, so I think we're gonna flush the radiator out. But other than that, we're doing good.
Now, you're talking about our 110, or are you talking about your new tractor?
I'm talking about the 110. My tractor's doing flawless.
Okay, good. The 110's a little older. We can have issues with that tractor. If we were having issues with the new tractor, ooh, chaos. We just about got all the tomatoes moved into the pots, but it is lunchtime, so we're gonna take a little bit of a break. So once we finish eating, we'll be back down below getting the tomatoes all transplanted. Ooh, it looks like we're having tuna fish and egg salad sandwiches. We're now all done with lunch, but the parking lot is completely full of customers. So Matthew is gonna be staying up here for a while and helping customers. And I'm heading back down below because we gotta get the rest of these tomatoes transplanted. And I hear you guys over there, I hear you. I just got the beefsteak variety finished off, and now all we have left is Big Boy. The only thing we need now is tags. So once we get all these tagged, we can get them moved off the wagon. Are you guys gonna be down here for a little while?
Yep.
Can you water the hanging baskets in this greenhouse?
Yep. You want the last one?
This is Red Deuce right here. What you doing over here, girl? Wow, you're looking good. They're getting their summer coats, so they're all shiny. So that job is now done, and it's getting pretty hot out here, and I am thirsty, so I'm going to grab a drink. I put the racks on the truck, and now Dad and I are on a ride. We're going to pick up some calves, but we're going to the local dairy farm to pick up, what is it, 2 calves?
Yep.
2 calves. We're gonna grab the 2 calves and then we'll be on our way home. Oh, we just got to the farm. We got our first calf loaded up. She's a beauty, beautiful heifer. And we're grabbing one more. We had to go on a little bit of an adventure to find the second calf, but we finally found it. And now we're on our way home. Dad and I have just got home. One thing, I don't know where my hat went. I don't know where it disappeared to. Really confusing me right now. But we are home. And while we were gone, Daniel built a little pen here for the calves with a slide gate on it. Let me tell you, that Daniel, he is impressive. Well, we're gonna get the calves moved off the truck and into their new pen.
And you saw how I did that, so this will slide in and out.
Daniel, we saw your sliding gate. We were very impressed. We were very impressed.
Banana.
There's no bananas out here.
Daddy, daddy, daddy.
How am I doing, Callie? How's it look? I see your flower, wow. Is this flower for me? Thank you. I like your princess dress.
Stay right here.
I'm getting down.
Push on it, it doesn't.
Here, Come here.
Do you want me to take her back to the store? I gotta go.
I got her. She's with me. You know, we've been running out of room to stick some calves, and I think this is a great little spot to have 2 or some more, if we can get some more, put right here. What do you think, Callie? What do you think of all the calves?
Cows.
Yeah, cows. We like cows. Now, I don't think that's the proper attire for working down with the animals. What do you think? Well, everyone, we just got the farm market closed up, and now we are on our way into the house. And as you can see, we have got no dinner on the table, but that's because it's date night. And actually for date night, we're gonna be heading over to Joel's house because Megan made dinner for all of us, which is pretty cool. So that means, everyone, that this is where we're gonna end the video today. I'd like to thank everyone for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.